What's up guys, it's Denadon here. Today I'm back in Train Simulator where I'm having a look at the British Railways Class 101, which is basically supposed to be one of the first generation of DMUs or diesel multiple units ever made. Well, not ever made, but one of the first ones. But anyway, we'll just have a quick look at the exterior model. You can see, textures are not bad. This one is available on Steam. I'll put a link in the description below. But I am using custom sounds by Armstrong Powerhouse, the people who made the Class 142 that I did a video in previously, and I will put a link in the description for the sound pack for that as well. But yes, as we keep moving along, you can see, there's some nice detailing. If you look down here, textures are a little blurry, but, from most viewing distances, that looks pretty good. The couplers look quite nice. The accordion passageways, I believe, are solid, but, that's not too bad. And yes, this is back on the Riviera line because, well, it's a good line for showing off these sort of things. But yes, we can just finish off our view around by going on to that. And we got this guy who, I don't even know what he's doing. He's just sort of checking his watch or something. As you do, I suppose. But anyway, let's ignore him. Let's keep moving on. And yeah, we got quite a few people in, and we can actually go inside and have a look. That guy looks a little bit like Stephen Fry, but we're going to keep moving. And yes, let's get to the actual important part of this, which is driving it. So let's go back to the the sort of like driver's bit. And yes, you can see straight away that it is pretty basic, but it's got everything you need. And interestingly, this one has a gear lever, and you have to manually gear things. So let's bring up the info button, and let's start moving. So first we want to turn the brake off, so let's turn that off all the way. There we go. Now that the brake's off, we've got the horn, again, same two-tone thing. So again, yep, space and B, so just how that works. But anyway, let's get some throttle going, so let's turn up the power. You got decent enough sound as you accelerate. Let's see if I can get a good bit of them somewhere. Oh, here we go, yeah, you can sort of hear them there. They've got a decent bit of a whine to them, which I've been told is how they sounded in reality. But yep, you can see we're now at the bit here where we need to change up. So let's turn the power off. Let's move the gear lever to the next gear. Let that reset, and now we can put the power on again. So it is a bit more involved when you're driving it compared to most other units of this sort, which I actually quite like. It means you've got something to do even when you're just accelerating. And this has got the buzzers, so you can use the buzzer there. But anyway, we've got to change gear again, so let's change it. Whoop, there we go, next gear. Let's follow up. I'm probably driving this wrong, but I'm driving it like this just because I can. But got a handbrake here. The annoying thing is that this is the most that I can turn this view. If you look there, and you can look there, that's it. I can't rotate anymore. Which is a pain, because I'd like to be able to see out this side window, but I can't. The only way I can do that is if I lean out of it, and then, I can do that, but that's not quite the same. But anyway, yep, we're going to continue accelerating on up here. Have I got the lights set on these? I do not. There we go, that just makes them a little easier to see. You've got your wipers, your usual things. So we're about to change gear again. Yep, so we can turn that up. Yep, there we go. Let's turn the throttle, put the next gear in, and throttle back. So yes, the gearing is quite interesting, and it works. The Armstrong Powerhouse thing changes a bunch of the way the driving physics are as well, so that is a good thing, I suppose. Yep, let's go to the outside again, so you can try and get a bit more of the sound. If we can get, a good spot to find it, that is. We've got a little bit here, but not really. That's mostly just the running noise, which is pretty good. And then that's obviously the rear, so the engines, I can't really find a good spot to hear them at the moment, even though we're at full power, but you can hear them from inside, so that's something. And this does have a sort of internal area, so you can just sit in these seats, which are very basic, but what do you expect from trains of this time period? And you can use the arrow keys, and you can just switch between the two, so it's not much, but it's something you can play, sort of hot potato thing, and switch between the seats, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, let's get back to the driver's thing. Yeah, we're doing alright. The revs are staying steady, we're slowly accelerating, we're on flat terrain, so we're doing good. And yes, so this is the British Rail Class 101. It is a pretty good model if you ask me. I mean, it's fun to drive, it looks pretty good from the exterior. I mean, it's nothing special, but, you know, for what it is and for its price, because this one can get pretty damn cheap on some sales, which is, of course, what I recommend you buy any of these things. Your best bet is to get it then. But, you know, until then, if you want to get it, it's up to you. I'm Denadon, this is Train Simulator 2015. Safe driving.